That's for another episode.
Okay. This friendship is healthy.
Welcome to our weekly list episode. Ooh, bi-weekly. It's bi-weekly.
No, we have an episode every week.
Hello? Hi. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Today's episode is top 10. We've said top 10 best duos. So, top 10 best duos. Not top 10 duos. No.
Oh, I just got it.
Yeah. I repeated it for you. I was like, they all got it. But I'm going to repeat it for you.
And this is not necessarily the best ones. There's some of the ones that we really love, the ones that we thought of. We're doing the thing where we're like, listen,
Explaining ourselves,
Just-
defending
it's okay.
ourselves. No, but honestly, it's the ones we can remember and appreciate. Bro, number one, Timon and Pumbaa. Do you disagree?
forgot how to pronounce Timon, and in my head I was like, Timon and Pumbaa.
Timon and Garfunkel.
I don't know if anyone would have listened to them.
I would have.
You would have listened to Timon? You
And
would have taken
Garfunkel?
Timon secretly? Seriously?
Are you okay?
I said secretly.
Secretly?
They're like one of the earliest friendship duos that you
And
see.
they're probably on everybody's list, right?
They really show you that friendship is not always equal. And that's okay.
Which love each other.
Exactly.
This is not a commentary on our friendship at all.
No. That sounded shadier than necessary. I mean, no. No.
I'm still not sure if she's...
Broad City. You should check it out. It's one of the most original, absurd tellings
Crazy.
of a friendship and life and just things you go through in your mid-20s. It's great. I think it's written by Ilana Glazer and her partner, Abby. So Abby and Ilana, the two best friends. And I found it and I was like, we have to watch this. I felt like I related to a lot of friendships, but this was the first one where I was like, this is it. Such an honest telling of you food in a really weird place and you just text your friend to tell them that you did that, and that's okay. So yeah, they're great and hysterical. Great show, you should watch it.
Number 3, Mushu and Mulan.
I mean, I know everybody's like Li Shang and Mulan, and yes,
But
100%.
Mushu.
The dynamic that they displayed, it's hysterical. There's no other word for it. He's kind of like supposed to be taking care of her, but he's just kind of crazy. Yeah,
I love the vibe.
they're
When we were
just
growing
great.
up, we'd constantly be like, this on your family, this on your cow.
It's not on you.
We thought it was like peak comedy.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy is peak comedy. Up next, Chandler and Joey. Everybody grew up with friends. I mean, Delight didn't, but she didn't have a team. It's fine, she's special.
Chandler and Joey, like they're the best of friends.
I don't even think we need to say anything about Chandler and Joey because it's like, duh.
I think maybe you could say something because that's what the channel's about. But up to you.
One thing I will say though,
Called you out too early. Apologies.
very healthy display of masculine intimacy.
Yes.
Love it. I know they
100%.
make fun of each other for hugging too long and it's a
And
gag.
they're like, every time they're emotional, they're like, beer.
yeah,
beer,
exactly. I still think it's a really cool representation of close male friendship.
That's not like only involves trash talking females.
Yeah,
Like, it
it's
had
about
nothing to do with that.
adopting ducks and having a home
Chicken.
together.
Don't ignore the chicken.
Sorry.
It's the chicken, the duck, and the canoe.
They didn't adopt the canoe.
You don't know that.
Number 6. No. Number 5.
Boyle and Peralta.
Just
The best.
so
Oh my
good.
god. Charles Boyle
Is
is the man.
Such an amazing character. The layers, the fleshed outedness of him. You would really appreciate that I just said fleshed outedness of
He
him.
really would.
And that's what I love about him.
Charles Boyle would appreciate if you said the exact thing he said about pizza.
Charles Boyle and Jake Peralta have a great mouthfeel.
Oh, what have we done there?
So,
Oh.
number 6, we struggled with this a bit. You struggled with this more than I did.
Yeah, the common factor is John Mulaney, but there's two people, completely separate vibes. First and foremost, Nick Kroll and John Mulaney.
Just flawless comedy
So
partners. So every interview of theirs that I've seen has just been supreme.
Fantastic. We watched Big Mouth.
Oh,
we
great
love
show.
Big Mouth. Also, have you seen Oh Hello on Broadway?
No, I haven't.
Super funny all the way through. Super dicey moment right at the end when Nick Kroll says the N-word. Unnecessary. Either way, Nick Kroll and John Mulaney, fantastic duo,
Yeah.
and we love Big Mouth.
What the struggle was with this duo was that there's a strong contender, an underdog, if you will.
Pete Davidson and John Mulaney are the best. A lot of friendships like Timon and Pumbaa, Jake and Boyle. Most of these friendships,
Yeah.
Abby and Alana. There is this common theme.
And you know, even with us, they would never be like those two.
I mean, I guess as we've grown older, maybe a little bit.
That's because we just like amalgamated into this blob of being like very similar. People who
that's
like don't know us as a unit and they
true.
meet us.
We're Different people.
Exactly. And like very different people.
John Mulaney and Pete Davidson, super funny. There was a story, I don't know which one of them told it. I think it was
Steely Dan.
Steely Dan. I go every year. When I met my now wife, I played her some of my favorite music, which was Steely Dan. And she said, "What is this? I hate." I call Pete Davidson. I say, "You want to see Steely Dan?" He goes, "Yes." End of call. So me and my best friend Kevin and a woman who has hated Steely Dan for a decade, and we run into Pete Davidson there, and Pete Davidson says, "Who is Steely Dan?" And I said, "It's a band." And he said, "It's not a comedian." My wife took Pete by the shoulders and said, "Pete, gonna be awful." Then Pete goes, "All right." So he stands, so the row behind us stands, so the row behind them stands. And he goes, "Come on!" And then by the time they were playing My Old School, the entire beacon is on its feet. And Anna's dancing, my wife. So two guys who love Steely Dan, a guy that didn't know what Steely Dan was, and a woman who hates Steely Dan got the beacon on their feet. It was a Christmas miracle.
So Steely Dan stan.
I identify.
And number 7.
Shrek and Donkey.
Come on, what a duo.
I watched Shrek, like, I had 2 DVDs, Little Mermaid and Shrek, and I'd sit in the attic of the 2 bungalow house I had in Sri Lanka. It was super haunted. I'd sit there and I'd just watch it over and over and over and over and over again. But not in a creepy way, slightly creepy. The house was haunted. And I was in the attic. What was I doing? The attic was like super sunny and there was like couches and like cushions. This is how horror movies start. I can hear it. I can see myself now.
This is the second best friendship duo that Eddie Murphy has appeared in.
Eddie Murphy's good at stuff.
We're making waffles in the morning. Number 8. They may not be like best friends. They may not even be a duo. But we just had to put it out there.
It's
There's
just
this
them
interview.
together.
Daily Show, Trevor Noah. When Tiffany Haddish came on that show, it was like magic.
He said something so like apt about Tiff. He was just like, she's like the sun. It's so true. She started talking and you just start beaming. Trevor looks like he loves her. Like he's gonna sculpt like a statue of her and like gift it to her for Christmas or something.
Number 9.
Maya Rudolph and Amy Poehler.
I think
so
the
funny.
common thread with all of our duos is that they're fun.
And also like they just love being around each other.
And
much.
they make each other better.
They really, really do. And I love how Amy Poehler describes Maya Rudolph.
Maya Rudolph, the Earth Mother.
What's really cool about these duos is that each one individually on their own are so great, like just as individuals. And that just goes to show that you can't just become friends with somebody and think that you're going to become a better person or cooler. I mean, you can. I don't know why I made that statement. They're just cool people on their own.
You're friends with someone, no, for sure. You're friends with someone. Having issues, you're friends with someone. You're still 2 people at the end of the day.
Growth. Number 10. The movie called Bend It Like Beckham, directed by Gurinder Chadha. And I think it was very defining for anyone who's a desi gal, no matter where you are in the world. It was really like, for me personally, it was a huge deal to see.
It was Bend It Like Beckham and the Zoya Factor. The book.
Yeah, the book.
Yes, the book. The movie came out as well. We talk about our childhood.
Yeah, Zoya Factor was a little bit when you're older, but Bend It Like Beckham was just so cool. So the duo that we're talking about is Jasminder and Joe. It was just so fun to see like 2 girls and they play sports and they're just like athletic and having a good time and defying their parents and just being like fun.
To have a character like Jasminder.
Neither of us had particularly Punjabi families growing up, but my Punjabi relatives were all in Delhi and I didn't really have that particular upbringing. You just see that, yeah. It's just so familiar. This is great. You relate to it just because of growing up in India.
Like an era of us watching like 30 going on 30 Love Action. To see all these like rom-coms and like young adult stories and stuff where there's a lot of white people.
And also to see Jasminder making out with Jonathan Rhys-Meyers.
A spiritual experience.
Okay, personal list. So my personal list is Jamba and Pleakley from Lilo and Stitch. I know I talk about Lilo and Stitch a lot because it's my favorite movie ever and I love it. And Jamba and Pleakley are just, again, a representation of 2 wildly different people being in an unlikely friendship and being hysterically funny. Number 2, you guys should all watch this show if you haven't. It's called Sense8. My duo is Wolfgang and Kala. And I know that Wolfgang and Kala are, spoiler alert, are kind of like in a dynamic that's not necessarily platonic, but I think they are just a great duo. Just amazing duo. Just wonderful. My last one is the duo of Tita and Nacha. They are from a book called Like Water for Chocolate, which is my favorite book on the planet, and I've read it to the point where it's falling apart. Tita is a young woman and Nacha is technically like her nanny, but is so much more. She's much older, but they have just the most deep friendship ever. I just really love them.
My 3 are, I went through a phase in my mid-teens where I watched New Girl a lot because it would make me laugh. My first year was Shane Winston because it is a great example of a man. The second is Beck and Kyle. I know that everybody got like kind of like weird about SNL after a point because it was like some of like the really popular faces had left. Beck and Kyle were amazing. Their stuff on YouTube is so funny and they just really did different things than I stand. And third, not to be like SNL. Kristen Wiig and Maya Rudolph, they are so funny together.
You're on your way. Thanks, Carl. Definitely be. Hey!
Alright, the camera's probably cut out by now.
This is an audio experience.
And now we'll conclude our list episode on friendship and duos.
See you next week for yet another thrilling episode of Can You Hear Me?
Bye now. I don't know why you had to make that so creepy. See you next week.